Welcome to the Get Offset podcast. My name is Andrew,
And my name is Emily.
and what a week!
This week felt long to me too, dude. I'm gonna say that.
Yeah, definitely the kind of week where like I get home and just like sit in the couch. Like next thing I know, it's my bedtime. I'm like, wait, what?
Yeah, I haven't really felt that since I started working from home before the pandemic, but I definitely remember that feeling when I still had the commute, and it is one of my least favorite feelings on the planet. Like
Yep.
getting home, like especially when I would get home around like 7 or something.
Yeah.
Then I'd make dinner. I'd maybe watch like an episode of a TV show with Rick. And then we'd be like, we're tired.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
I feel like
No,
that's just like,
I get off work at 7 these days,
I
so I
mean,
think
at least you don't have to wake up at 5 to go to the
that's true.
gym.
That's true. I wake up at 7 to
Yeah.
go to the gym.
Oof,
So
duh.
like my day's front loaded with personal stuff,
Yeah.
and then I basically get home and I'm out. I
Yeah.
get more done that way, but it's still disorienting. Like get home and be like, and I've been going for 12 hours, 13 hours straight by the time I make it home if I stay a little late at work. And yeah.
Yeah. Getting things done in the morning takes a different level of like, get up and go, like a literal
Yep.
get up and go. That it's really hard to hold yourself to it because especially as it gets dark, because Seattle, people always talk about like the winter and the rain in Seattle, and that's part of it, but really just being so far north, and people, I know people get on us about like it being very like Seattle driven content sometimes, but that's just where we are, so it's how we talk. Up here it's just very dark. Like it's dark in the morning and then it gets dark very early. There is that old favorite tweet, "Hello darkness, my old friend, why are you here? It's 4 p.m."
Yep.
Literal. And the sun won't set after 7 p.m. again in Seattle until March 2022. Sorry.
Yeah. It's probably time to start taking my vitamin D supplements.
Yeah. Time to break out the alarm clocks that we have that like mimic the sun rising.
Yeah. Melissa's got one of those.
Yeah,
Doesn't work
I
for me
have
though.
one. I have one, and it was really nice when I had to commute, but now that I don't have to commute, it's not as essential.
No, I've
Yeah.
got the same alarm clock I've been rocking since freshman year of college. It's one of those like little like just like the red LED panel or
Ugh.
whatever. And it just it's the most obnoxious thing on the planet. But uh,
Works for you.
yeah, it's hard to wake me up. Or at least it was at one point in time. I think that's changed a bit with parenthood. But
Yeah.
either way, I don't want to oversleep an alarm.
I can't imagine if I had to live with one of those people who has to set and I'm sorry if listeners if you're one of those people who like sets an alarm clock every 15 minutes starting at like an hour and a half before they have to wake up.
That's
Because I
Melissa.
read about these people. I'm sorry, dude. That's like I had a roommate like that once when I was in college, and it was like every 9 minutes she just would like she was like the snooze hitter, and
Yep.
her alarm clock was John Mellencamp's "Hurt So Good," but it was on such an awkward like transition. It was "Hurt So Good, come on baby, make it hurt so good, come
Yep.
on baby, make it hurt so." I was like, yeah. It was really awful.
My college roommate, his alarm clock was Kesha's TikTok.
Oh, Jesus.
Wake up in the morning
Wanna
feeling
feeling
like
like
P.
P. Diddy. The worst, one that was worse that my roommate had, and I love Brandy Carlisle, but it's just so jarring to wake up to that part in the song "The Story" where she goes, "All of these lines across my," because she's just like, it's just such a, like, oh my gosh, this is just someone like really full throat singing, and you're like, what is happening? I thought someone was screaming in an adjacent dorm room the first time I heard him, like, Lindsay, someone's in trouble. And she's like, what? No, it's Brandy Carlisle. I was like, oh my god, because like I was
Chicks
also
in that
asleep.
stop, drop,
Yeah.
and roll reflex that we all learned in elementary school.
I was like, someone's attacked. Someone's being attacked. I was like, what?
Flip the tables. Get under the door frame.
Just like rolling out of my bed. I'm like, God, help! Must help, woman. I was like, call the police. Call the Beepo.
Hey, Alexa.
No,
Help.
that didn't. No. Oh. Batten down the hatches. Oh my god, no, that was jarring way to wake up. I've already finished my coffee. What's waiting
I
for
just
you?
started on my coffee. Like I got up this morning, and then I just worked from my phone for like the last 2 hours in
Work
bed,
from your
sitting
phone.
upright.
You worked from your phone. I read Reddit threads about a new video game I'm playing called Eastward, which is fun, but it's very linear and the battling is pretty clunky, but I really like it. People complain
Nice.
there's a lot of dialogue, but I like that there's a lot of story. I just wish it was more like Stardew Valley sometimes, but I like it a lot. I'm having a lot of fun.
I
It's like
think,
Zelda.
yeah, that could be fun.
Yeah.
I was excited for a video game coming out on my birthday, actually. But Age
Ooh.
of Empires 4 is something I've been looking forward to for a while, and I don't think I'm going to buy it.
Oh,
It just doesn't look. I don't know. I'm not sold on it.
yeah.
Just they had the open beta last weekend, and I saw some of the gameplay from it. I'm like, this isn't.
Um,
No, the
it's
like
still
Age
a
of
beta
Empires 2 is
though.
like the classic. Age of Empires 3 bombed, and I'm
Yeah.
looking at Age of Empires 4 going, nope, I don't think. I think Age of Empires 2 is just perfection. Can't improve upon
Yeah.
it. So I'm going to stick with the game that I already own and just keep playing that.
Yeah, I get that. I get that. I've been trying to experiment a little bit more with video games because Rick and I just got into such a place where we were watching a shit ton of TV. And honestly, like as much fun as we have watching like trash TV,
Hmm.
I wanted us to play more video games. Like, 'cause I just feel like it's more fun to be like actively involved in what we're doing.
Right. Building brain
So
cells as opposed to actively killing them.
or like team building because like I got us a game called 39 Days to Mars and that's like puzzles that we have to solve together. So that's kind of fun. My friend Shep
Please
came
tell me
my
like Elon Musk is the villain in that game.
no. There's no villain that I can tell. We've only gotten
Oh.
past like one level of it so far. And then there are things that are frustrating about it. Like there's really no like instructions. So like there was like a couple were like, oh that like I can figure this out. And then one were like, oh. And then eventually if it's taking you too long, they give you some pretty deep hints. So at
Kind of
least
like
there
an
was
escape
that.
room type game, or
It's very much like an escape room now.
okay.
I've never done an escape room, but it's what I imagine an escape room to be like now that I think about it. That's actually great. And then my friend Shep was in town. She's like a childhood best friend who I hadn't seen in
Hmm.
6 years, and she just started a job that has her going to Seattle a couple times a year. So she was in town, and she told me about a game called Unraveled, and it's a two-person game. So we were playing that, and we've been playing L.A. Noir, which I know is 10 years old. I think I talked about that last time.
I
Did
think
I
you
talk
mentioned
about
it.
this?
Yeah,
All
I know
right,
you
so
talked about
yeah,
it
we've been playing a lot of
in the Discord server.
Okay, and we've Tony Hawk Pro Skater 1 and 2 are on Switch now. So
Nice.
it's got some of the same it's like a lot of the same songs and some new songs. So Rick is a lot better at it than I am. So I've been actually having like a lot of fun watching him play it, but I'm still pretty okay at like remembering like where some of the secret tapes are, and I'm pretty good at still like getting like some of the letters and like getting like the high scores and stuff. Can't do it. Can't. Not good at that. But some of the things like getting the skate letters or doing some of
Hmm.
those, like I can do that stuff okay. So he's letting me like go for those challenges while he like gets the 100,000 points or whatever.
Nice.
So teamwork makes the dream work, right?
Well, there you go.
Yeah. So that's how we've been killing our time outside of, me with guitar stuff, which I have a lot of what's news, but we can talk about that later.
Well,
I've
let's
talked
talk
a
about it
lot.
now. Screw
I've been
it.
talking a lot.
That's fine. I'm boring. I don't have any
Okay.
what's news this week. It's just been I don't know. My what's new is nothing's new.
Oh, okay. Well,
Yeah,
okay.
I'll be fine. Not
Okay.
every week has to be exciting.
Well, the first thing is I bought this Spruce Effects and Dirge pedal. It's a fuzz called the Astralicious.
Mm.
It's really versatile. Like I didn't. It's like hand engraved.
Is
They're
it
all
tasty?
different. I don't know. It's the Astralicious V2. I'll have a video up on it probably this
Sounds
week.
like a pot strain.
It kind of sounds like one too, but yeah, it's a very mysterious kind of pedal because the instructions are very funny. You know, Brian from Spruce is a funny guy, and he basically is like, I don't. There's no LEDs, so you don't really know what's engaged. You can tell when it's engaged, but he's like, yeah, I don't remember which toggle goes which way. You're not going to know which way the secondary foot switches. Uh, and yeah, there's no indicators on the knobs because you don't need them. And have fun. And it is really really fun. Like it can go from really gnarly like fat fuzz to really thin kind of overdrivey sounds. I really really like it. Like I
Well,
was,
good.
yeah, I kind of bought it on a whim because I like supporting Brian a lot from Spruce Effect, and sometimes you just want to buy a thing every once in a while. So I wanted to buy this,
Sure.
and I did, and I'm really glad I did. So yeah, I might try to play this with my gig on the 30th of October. So really excited for that. The next thing is I got from Spaceman. I'm gonna try to film a demo of this weekend. It's the
I do
new
like the
Delta
spaceman
2.
logo.
I do too, and they're based in Portland, which I always like. It's the Delta 2 harmonic tremolo.
Ooh.
So I'm very excited.
Maybe that's one of
Yes.
your clues for 30 something days of Mars.
39 days to Mars.
3 seconds to Mars? What?
All right, Jared Leto. Jordan. Jordan. What was his name in My So-Called Life? Jordan.
No
That
idea.
show that just made every teenage girl ever, well, every older millennial teenage girl really love Unavailable Men. An optical harmonic tremolo with a deep feature set and a compact form factor. That is definitely a compact form factor. A,
Indeed.
a twist of the innovative lag control allows you to smoothly morph between traditional and harmonic tremolo. Ooh, with infinite rhythmic possibilities. Hazy, throbbing rhythms and energetic harmonics swirl and blend in a cauldron of filtering, phasing pulsations. That sounds filthy. I love it.
Yeah, I was going to say that sounds.
Dirty.
Should we have a like content warning in front of this for the children, or
Oh, it's never for children. I never check this content is made for children because it's not. Children should not watch this. The expression jack can control the rate or the depth. That's cool. So I'll probably use the OB&E expression ramper. I
slider?
like using that.
Shame.
I like using the ramper. Probably use the slider too.
Oh, the ramper would be cool.
The ramper is always fun. I like bouncing tremolo. That's kind of fun. Voice, there are 3 voices. High and dry, high and low and dry. There's rate, lag, frequency, resonance. And then there's alternate modes. Apply power with a foot switch depressed. The lag transforms into 4-position mode selector with additional alpha presets.
This seems like way more features than you would normally find in a compact unit.
That's very compact. Yeah, Spaceman always has a lot of like hidden things, so it's always more than you would expect.
I'm
And
used to
then
like when I
the
think
manual is
compact, I think
still this small, so it's a
right.
lot, but also it's like not a lot like to read. So that's nice. Yeah.
Definitely breaking the mold of the 3 knobs and a switch for a compact unit.
Yeah. So like mode 1 is LFO output 1 runs at normal speed, and LFO output 2 runs at half speed. Okay, I'll figure it out. I think I'm just going to have to play it for a bit. And speaking of pedals that have a lot going on.
Oh,
Oh,
say more.
it's from Maris. My
Maris.
Maris. Oh, ho, ho, ho.
Maris.
Maris. So every time I think about Maris, I do think about Frasier, because one of the characters who we never see is named Maris. Got a polymoon.
Woo!
Yeah, I'm really excited. I played one of these at the guitar store years ago and had to leave before I really got to dig into it. Yay.
No, those are super sick.
Yay.
Think
So I'm really excited.
for a digital delay, it's just like chef's kiss.
Yes. I dropped the manual. Or I dropped something. What did I drop? Oh, yep, manual. Yay. Delay and synchronized phaser. Yeah, I'm really excited for this one too. So much to be excited about. And then, not last but certainly not least, we're twins.
Twins!
I
But
got a
wait,
Podgo.
we're not identical twins, are we?
We're sisters, not twins. So I can figure out it. Because I got the wireless Podgo.
Ta-da!
Yeah, I'm gonna do a video where uh I think I'm gonna try to find time to do a video where I get sounds together for the set list for the Sunday Crush set, because I really want to play this at our October 14th show at Drunkies and White Center, so I can walk around all wireless.
Yep.
I think that'd be really fun. Yeah, but yeah, it has a little like storage slot for the wireless boy, which
Slick.
is weirdly not the charger, because that's the charger slot. But yeah,
I guess you don't need it charging like all the time.
you probably don't want it charging all the time. Yeah, but I am really excited. Lots of stuff happening over here.
Well, what a week.
A lot of work to do. I'm glad I have tomorrow off. Oh my gosh, yeah. Yeah. A lot of work to do.
Always, always, always. It never ends.
No, I mean, it was kind of slow summer. I've not been like, it's not been a secret. But also, can I show you one of the last thing I did?
Yeah.
I have this little remote control, and I have my 2 umbrella lights now. They're no longer on tripods on the floor.
Uh-huh.
And they're no longer do I have to like plug them in to turn them on.
Yeah. Oh. Oh.
I got like one of those outdoor remote control outlets that you use for Christmas lights. I got one for
I didn't even
my
know those
umbrella
existed.
lights.
That's great.
I didn't either. I was looking for one with just like a switch. Like I thought I could just like get one for like a switch that like I've seen them for lamps on the floor. Like I've seen them in like older people's homes.
Well, welcome to the remote control lighting gang.
Oh, smart lights. Ooh. I have a lamp in my in another room in my house that like I control with my phone.
It's so much fun.
It is pretty fun.
There's no right to be as much fun as it is, but
yeah, there it goes. It's just breaking the law. It's fun stuff. Cool. Anything else that's new with you, dude?
No, nothing that I want to talk about on the show. Personal family stuff. I'll fill you in later.
Okay. Cool.
Although I did get new sticky notes, so that's exciting. Guess what color they are?
Orange.
How did you know?
I just had an inkling. You got the orange KXP shirt. You got orange guitar just vaguely off screen. Orange sofa. Orange in the lamp. Orange, I think, sticky note behind you, actually.
Yeah, there's an orange sticky note over there. Look at that.
Detective work. Yeah, sometimes Rick gets surprised when he asks me to guess something and I guess. And he's like, how'd you know? I'm like, perception. I'll never forget,
Elementary,
like,
my dear Watson.
I'll never forget once in one of those guitar groups, dude. Like, someone said that he bought the SY1 because he already had a blue Boss pedal and he didn't think his wife would notice. And she immediately noticed. He's like, how did you know? I thought you wouldn't notice because I already had a blue Boss pedal. And she's like, that one has glitter, dumbass. like, I'm sorry. Women can see glitter a fucking mile away. Like,
I mean, men are definitely more likely to be colorblind, so that seems like yeah.
well, and women can literally see more shades of color, just
It's
in
not
general.
fair. It's not fair.
You're right. There's lots of things that aren't fair in this world. And of the things that aren't fair, that seems really not high up there.
No, I don't think you understand. Men are oppressed.
We're oppressed. You're oppressed because you can't really pick Periwinkle out of the color wheel quite as easily.
I
Sorry.
don't even know what periwinkle is. I assume a shade of blue, but are you looking it up to send to me?
It's like, I'm trying to describe it now. I mean, one, it's a flower, but I would kind of call it more in the vein of purple. I would call it close to lavender.
Yeah, I don't like this color.
If you Google periwinkle, you'll get it. People also ask, why is periwinkle called the flower of death? It's very close to lavender.
It's like lavender. It's like lavender if it was a little bit more blue.
It's a color in the blue and violet family.
It's got a great hex code though. It's CCCCFF. Yeah, could you just Photoshop like my shirt to be a different color? Oh yeah, what color you want? Yeah, that one. Got you, fam. Say no more.
Oh my god. It's HSV is 240 20 100. It's not as exciting. People also search for lavender. Now that I'm looking at the lavender, that lavender doesn't look like very lavendery to me. Under the people also search for.
No.
That lavender looks very like pinkish. I don't agree with that assessment of lavender, nor their assessment of lilac.
Sure.
Now we're talking colors. It's a colorful episode.
Oh, big yawn. All right.
And some
Getting my
colorful
yawn out of my
liquid.
system, and then we can stretching. Oh,
This
that was a back crack.
this week's episode of the Get Offset podcast is sponsored by Caroline Guitar Company. They've made versions of their somersault pedal in lavender. Not periwinkle though.
Not
Maybe
periwinkle.
Philippe should get on that. Where are the periwinkle guitar pedals?
I think that's a great question. I think there should be
Did you
a
say that's a
limited.
gray question?
No, I did not. Look at you bringing havoc into this conversation.
Oh,
Pure havoc.
Ooh, that's normally the Caroline Guitar Company's job because their guitar pedals have havoc switches. And they're awesome.
If you like havoc.
If you like havoc,
If you like boring,
then you should
normal
not look at the Caroline
tone.
Guitar Company.
Yeah.
But if you like exciting, if you like havoc, if you
If you
like
like disarray.
if you like to be able to introduce havoc into your music at key moments when you
If you
want
have a
to,
complex that needs fulfillment in an auditory sense.
but only when you want to add it. Specifically when you want to add it. Their pedals are great for that because it can be just like that great, awesome sound, and then you just hit that switch and it all goes wild. Their pedals are perfect for that. It's true.
Right. But I mean, if it's not for you, then yeah, I mean, I'm not
If you
saying
want
we can't be
boring,
friends, but
yeah, if you want boring, that's fine. Lots of pedals for that. Try that Amazon Basics.
right, like get their
Yeah,
Tube Screamer copy.
yeah,
Just be boring.
yeah. Just be boring. It's fine.
Is it though?
Yeah, sure.
This is the part where like you start to see the top wobble,
Why
but then
you're
you.
negging our audience? Oh my god. Again, I know we kind of get burned sometimes for talking about Seattle content because local jokes get local work, but there was a little bit of Seattle drama this week
There
with a famous
was,
comedian.
which I think it isn't just local play because it's a well
No,
known shop all around the world.
it is a very, very world renowned shop and a very, very, very famous comedian who probably
It
should
just
not have been
happened to
murdered.
happen within our zip code.
It did, and to be absolutely clear, both the comedian did delete his post. I think that he and the shop worked out whatever happened between them. But basically, this shop is located in an area of Seattle that's never been, for the record, never been a great neighborhood. Historically, not a
Yeah.
great neighborhood. And recently, in the past couple of years, they've had some really major issues with theft. And I think in the last year or so, the shop owner or one of the co-owners was jumped leaving the store and stabbed. And since COVID, basically, they've had a mask policy and an appointments only policy. So that's on their website. And I guess the gist is this comedian and actor was denied service because of the appointments and the mask policy and was not able to buy a guitar, even though he had the money. And then he got mad and posted on Instagram about it. And then people came to his defense because of the mask policy. He said he got bad service and whatever. And we don't know what happened or what was said. I do know that I've gone to that shop broke as hell and have been encouraged to play $10,000 guitars.
Yep. Same.
So, like, as a not famous person, this was like before I had the podcast and all that. So, like, as an absolute nobody who would just like go in on my lunch break because I worked in the area and I've been treated as a nobody, like royalty there, basically. Very suspicious, I suppose. Um, I wouldn't want to like completely discount that somebody may have had a bad experience there. I'm sure people have had bad experiences there.
Oh, I'm
Um,
absolutely willing to disc.
yeah, I'm sure people have had bad experiences there, but
The
I
post screamed
think
entitled douchebag, and I think that
it really
probably had
did.
something to do with his. That absolutely had to have had something to do with how he was treated.
I think he's a
Even
very bristly guy, and I do not think I think he probably did not treat the employee there with the respect that she deserved. Because I'm familiar with the employee there and I've worked with her and I'm willing to give her a bigger benefit of the doubt
yep,
as yeah. So yeah, I think that, maybe when it's a local guitar store and you're a world famous comedian, maybe don't put them on blast, especially, I'm sure he didn't know that the owner or co-owner had been stabbed recently and that they've been robbed of like $30,000 worth of gear in the past couple years.
it just seemed like a tantrum. I
It did
don't
seem
care
like
if
a
you're.
tantrum.
It doesn't matter if you're a comedian or what your status is, how much money you've got. That's That's inexcusable.
Yeah.
I won't apologize for saying that. I mean,
He
that's
went
just
and he went to another local store and he bought his, nice guitar. So all ended well for him. And he deleted the post, and it seems
although
like they
now that
worked
I think
everything
about
out.
it, I think maybe he's the oppressed one in this situation. Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
Going back to the whole minute. Yeah.
Okay. He got
Yep,
his
there
nice
we go.
guitar.
Solved it.
He got his nice custom shop Strat, and then he went to Filson and got his nice expensive bag. And I have a nice Filson bag. It's fucking dope. Those are nice bags. I got mine through a nice discount program. Thanks to Tom for helping us get those Filson bags at a nicer prices. I never would have got one otherwise. I love mine. My cat has barfed on it and it cleaned right up. I
Yeah.
watched my cat pop out of her little cat cube, barf directly on that bag. I was like, of all the things he could have
She just
barfed on.
knew. This smells nice.
She did. It cleaned up really well.
Anyways, I've got no patience for big boomer energy like that. I just
He's big Gen X.
right.
He's definitely Gen X, but yeah.
I sure that's where he technically is, but that behavior, just like going with stereotypes of internet isms. I mean, just somewhere between
Yeah.
boomer and Karen. I mean,
Yeah. I
don't
mean,
treat retail employees that way ever.
yeah, and I think just the celebrity energy was kind of upsetting and annoying, and I don't like to see it from that person in particular. Like, I'm a fan of this I really like this comedian. So, it was like such a bummer to see
Honestly,
like
didn't know
two
who he
things
was
you like
before
by.
this.
Really?
Really, yeah. No
Really?
idea. Not a clue.
Okay. Oh wow. Okay.
Which really adds to the whole like they didn't recognize who I'm like, oh, fuck off.
Yeah,
Get out of here.
you are a younger millennial then. Yeah.
I am, yeah.
Yeah. He's very funny, honestly.
Sure. I don't
You
doubt
should check out
that.
his stand up. I
But
thought we talked about his stand up. Huh.
I don't think we did. I really don't recognize
Maybe
the
it was
name.
Rick and I who like watches stand up or something.
I mean, I'm sure he's capable of being funny. Whatever he posted the other day, that was not it.
No, that was not funny. Imagine if that was a joke. No.
Speaking of jokes,
Go for it.
um, really just coming out the gate with my opinion on things. Gibson has teamed up with a fintech startup by the name of Rally.
Oh man, you're just coming out of the gate
I don't care
shitting
this
on
week.
this. Oh wow,
People
okay.
can hear what I think, and if they disagree,
So
that's fine.
I don't know anything about. I mean, I got the press release. We both got the press release.
I'm sure I'm missing something that makes this a better business thing than I'm
So
aware of, but
we got the
it
press.
just
Are you going to
seems.
read the press release, or are you going to just?
Sure, I'll read the press release. Let's see here. Swipe, swipe. From Gibson. Rally, the first platform to allow retail investors to invest in collectible assets, today announced a partnership with Gibson, the leading iconic guitar brand that has shaped the sounds of generations of musicians, yada, 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 yada. This partnership comes off the heels of Rally's $30 million Series B funding, led by Excel, another financial, um, with participation from existing investors, upfront ventures, social leverage, and others. So their startup, they made it to Series B. They seem to be doing well, and this is just one of their next
Okay.
partnerships to prove the solvency of their platform. Cool.
Okay.
Now, anyone can invest in 3 unique Gibson guitars. That's what this partnership is about. So the 3 guitars, there's a 1966 EDS 1275 double neck, Tommy Iommi Monkey 1964 SG special replica, and Adam Jones 1979 Les Paul custom aged and signed Silverburst. So the idea here is you can buy shares in one of these 3 guitars.
Of a replica guitar?
Yep.
Oh, okay.
Replica looks like the Les Paul custom, so aged and signed is not original. It looks like the EDS 1275 is the only one that looks like it might be
Wait,
original.
the which one?
Oh wait, no, that's not. Uh, slash 1966 EDS 1275, but um, it does say it was handcrafted by Gibson Custom Shop. So they're not even like original vintage anything guitars. They're just custom shop guitars.
Oh, so they're $65,000? I'm confused. Why is
Quote
this?
in the press release: Gibson is one of the most trusted guitar brands in the world. We couldn't be more excited to be the first platform offering these iconic assets to our investors, says the CEO of Rally. Guitars of this caliber have historically always gone to individual collectors, but our goal was to find a way to make the ownership experience accessible as to many fans as possible, says Mark Agnesi, Director of Brand Experience, Gibson
But
Brands.
but I don't get to. I never get to play
Thanks
the
to Rally's
guitar.
unique platform, fans can have a chance to own a piece of guitar history that would have otherwise seemed unobtainable.
But I don't get to obtain it.
It very much feels like buying an acre on the moon
I,
that I will never visit.
but then does the guitar get sold? Do I get money?
Maybe.
Uh, but will the guitar get sold? Should I buy a share of this guitar right now?
Live on the podcast.
I'm doing
Uh,
it. I'm making an account.
there we go. It's happening. I think. Let's see
Um,
here.
how
There's
do
an
I get?
about Gibson section and about Rally section. None of this is new information. Gibson is basically a list of like when they were founded, what brands they own, and what their media platforms are. About Rally, Rally is a first of its kind platform where unique high value assets are securitized, split into shares, and offered as
Securitized.
equity investments to users of all income levels. The firm's mission is to democratize alternative asset investing by providing access, liquidity, and transparency to markets that have traditionally only been available to a select few. Rally
Okay.
completed the first ever initial offering for a vehicle in 2017. The Rally app is now easily available for iPhone, Android, or web, desktop, and all mobile platforms at www.rallyrd.com.
Yes.
But so you don't get to touch it, you don't get to play it, you don't get to look at it outside of pictures. Um, you just own like a hypothetical share, which I mean, I suppose is like how stocks is done. I mean, like, sure, like I can own stocks in Apple or Microsoft or insert company here, BlackBerry, game stonks, but
Stonks.
game stocks.
How do I?
It's not like
Um,
I like ever like touch or own. The purpose for like investing in the New York Stock Exchange is like you
oh,
put money in, and hopefully in the future
there's
that
the
money is worth more.
guitars. I see guitars. Oh, there we go.
But
Search
what I understand with the
Gibson.
stock exchange is, your shares
Oh, the
go up
slash
or go
one
down in
is.
value
Oh,
based on.
The slash one's already funded.
Wow,
100% funded. Adam Jones
wow.
is coming soon, and Gibson Tommy Iommi. I mean, it worked.
Yeah, I mean they're
It,
making money. I have no doubt there. I certainly don't
oh,
want to say that this is an absolute fail from a business perspective. It just I I guess me saying this is a joke is it seems maybe this is how like some folks felt when they heard about crypto. I'm like, that's not going to work. So maybe I'm the one that's behind here. But
this
like,
is.
under what basis is that money going up? Is it like we're all buying hypothetical shares in, it and then Gibson takes that money and invests it themselves?
I don't
Because like
understand.
KKR is their parent company, which is essentially like a investment holding type asset management company. So maybe they're just going to take that money, put it into other ventures, and then that pool of money will be worth more in the future, kind of like a savings account.
Oh, here's one. Eddie Van Halen concert played guitar signed is down 4.4% since last close. So they actually actively trade these shares.
So it's its own ecosystem within itself of actively trading them.
Yes.
So it's like an
So
altered. Okay,
yeah. So this one
is there
eight
dividends?
five. It looked like it launched at 26, and then went to auction at Julian's and sold. Oh my god! No, no, it looked like sold at Julian's for 1920, and then sold at Golden for 20, and then it sold on eBay for 60, Heritage for 54, and then Iconic for 46. So it looks like it just is selling at different places. This doesn't really make any sense to me.
Is that just for shares?
I don't really understand this at all. Huh. But it looks like this is physically selling somewhere. And then people are buying shares. Yeah, this doesn't make any sense to me as like
Like, is it a
stuff.
self-contained ecosystem where people are trading shares actively, similar to the New York Stock Exchange, which is its own self-contained,
It
or
looks
like,
like both because these are physical items that are selling at auctions. It looks like.
so if it sells at an auction, then the valuation of the guitar goes up. But if 100, say 100 people have all bought shares in the guitar, and then someone else actually buys the physical guitar, then who owns the guitar?
This is so stupid to me.
Is like having the guitar like a an ownership stake? You have to own like more than 50% of the shares to have the guitar?
This doesn't make any sense.
I
I
think
think
where I
if
start to have like, so like I get that, yes, it's making money, and I'm sure Gibson's raking in a whole ton of money out of that chunk there. I guess my question is, the questions that now float around the back of my mind are more like brand identity. Questions I'd love to like sit down over a beer with Mark and be like, what is the future of Gibson? Like what is the direction that you're moving toward, and how is this helping the company move forward in that direction?
Ally's asset, Ally physically, I'm sorry, Rally.
Rally.
Rally physically owns the assets. The assets are securely stored in our purpose built, climate controlled East Coast facility. They are monitored by a trained local staff and kept under 24/7 video surveillance. Okay. So, how
They're
does it
paying
work?
people salaries with this amount, whatever their profits are.
So basically, then
So Gibson
the
doesn't own the guitars anymore.
no.
So
So
Gibson
then you're
sold.
just like buying shares on these physical things that are owned by Rally. Uh-huh. And then you're just deciding whether or not they're worth anything. It's just like the stock exchange, exactly like the stock exchange.
I
So
don't
after an initial
understand.
offering, they impose a 90-day lockup period during which shares cannot be bought or sold. Once that lockup period is over, the invest button is replaced by buy and sell. So you know the asset is trading. You can sell your shares during trading windows, which open for each asset on one specific day each month. Just one specific day each month you can buy or sell, it looks like. During the trading window, you can revise your order as often as you want. When it closes, the broker dealer will match sell orders bids at the market clearing price per share. If it's at or above your ask, your sale will clear and the buyer's funds will be deposited into your account. Like apparently they start with cars. Can I because it says, can I buy shares even if I missed a car's initial offering?
Takes rally cars to a whole new level. Like
There are
I
fees to
understand
buy or
that.
sell shares.
I understand that retail trading has been a huge shift in the overall investment landscape. I mean, looking at like Robinhood, for instance, and just Coinbase and other applications available for people to start putting their petty change into in order to invest a little bit at a time, um, just on smaller levels as opposed to like hedge funds and larger, more traditional investment mechanisms. So I get that that's been a major change recently in the market, but I think this almost seems like the pendulum has swung the other direction too far. Like it's one thing to like level the playing field, like democratize, so to speak, the investment landscape. But I don't know. This feels strange.
This is very strange. So when do you sell the assets and what happens when you do? In general, we intend to hold the assets for the long term. However, we do keep close tabs on what an investor sentiment through the app is, as well as the broader market conditions. If we do liquidate the assets, the proceeds do get paid to the shareholders. Remember, the trading windows provide flexibility to the investors. Instead of having to wait for an asset to be sold to exit your investment, you are able to decrease your exposure by selling shares during a trading window. So, I mean,
So the part that I don't understand is like if you were buy shares in a company, that is an active, constantly changing entity. Buying shares in
right.
Qatar, that's in a climate controlled environment, that is a static. Like maybe the shares go up if Adam Jones were to tragically die. Like that's the only thing I could like. If there's a name attached to that item, then
Yeah.
that's a bit way, way, way more static.
Yeah. Replica guitars, I mean, they don't get made a lot, but they do get made. This just,
Right. What's to say Gibson doesn't make another three of these?
yeah.
And I'm not saying Gibson would.
Or more in different slash models, or more in different
Clearly,
Tommy
Gibson sees
Iommi
value in this for their
models.
business, building their brand identity, etc. I'm not sure what it
Trying
is,
something
but
new, new partnerships, getting the brand name out there. Um,
it does seem a little bit like catering to the almost blues lawyer market.
yeah.
So like blues lawyers will have the money just buy these sorts of nice guitars, and that's not what that's the rich folks, the hobby like the rich hobby players are not the folks that they are marketing to with this. As far as I can tell, this is more of your middle class, lower middle class. $5 a share, just want to like get in on the action, but without having. And so maybe that's what they're going for in terms of brand awareness, and that's what they're hoping to drive here.
Yeah,
I don't entirely. I'm
this is
speculating.
just day trader stuff, but like to do it once a month is like goofy, honestly. Like that's not very often, and it seems more complicated. It seems really a lot more complicated than like what you do with let me just archive all those emails.
So from a branding perspective, just continuing to speculate, I would love to see Gibson continue to grow and to develop and to live up to the legacy branding that name deserves. And that's something that I've been saying for years now, and I stand by. What I don't understand is, uh, in my head, what I imagine like one of Gibson's problems would be from a branding perspective right now is coming out of the last era of ownership where it just seemed like poor decision making, very corporate, being bought out by a larger corporate entity with the bankruptcy. Now you've got this, what used to be feel like a people's guitar brand now feels like a corporate overlord. The Play Authentic movement really did not help that imaging issue, and so now you've got that. And I imagine that's the sort of thing that you would want to try and buck as a company, especially to appeal to younger players. Maybe
Yeah.
I'm wrong. Maybe I misunderstand the market analysis there in terms of target market, but that's what I'm imagining. And so if I assume that as a goal in my head, this doesn't line up with that goal. So maybe I'm just misunderstanding Gibson's goals here with, with their marketing.
I mean, I don't know. It is on one hand, like the $5 entry does very much seem to be like a way for people who otherwise couldn't buy a $13,000 instrument or whatever to own part of one. Um, it's
Are they
it's
hoping to
very
generate a meme stonks event?
I don't know why anybody would.
For the sake,
I
because
just
like the meme stocks thing like very much had a let's bring down the corporate over, let's completely kill hedge funds, and they successfully killed at least one or two hedge funds back in
yeah.
January. I mean, that was billions of dollars that they ruined for people. um and just driven with this whole like desire to like topple the establishment, screw all of this, we're going to use what little influence we have. If we band it all together, we are more powerful than the corporate overlord kind of mentality.
I'm
I don't think
truly
anyone's trying to
trying
topple Gibson.
I'm truly trying to see the benefit of investing in this. Like, I think you'd have, like, this seems extremely risky, and I
Yep.
just don't see, like, the likelihood of these guitar, like, honestly, and it just seems so dark thinking about, like, the only way that these guitars would go up extremely in value. Um,
Right.
you'd buy shares in these guitars and you'd wait around for these guitars to die, and I take extreme umbrage
Yep.
in that mindset.
Yep.
And that's just literally the only reason I can think of in investing in these guitars, to see any significant amount of monetary gain. And you know what? Like, honestly, like when Prince died, you could sell his records and make money. Like you could sell his memorabilia and make money. Like,
Yep.
and you had to do that, like, in the days and the weeks after he died, because everything was sold out, because people wanted to go and they wanted to buy Prince records.
Right.
But also part of the reason you could do that is because Prince didn't reissue a bunch of stuff, and Prince didn't have a bunch of, like, signature guitars. And Slash, Tommy, who was, oh my gosh, what happened to my brain right there? Who's the third one with the
Adam
guitars?
Jones.
Adam Jones. They have a lot of signature guitars. Like, there's a lot of stuff on the market already for them. So I don't know if it wouldn't have quite the same windfall. Like, if you had a Prince
Yep.
cloud guitar that he sold at Paisley Park or Grand Slam Club, like, in the 90s, like, you sold that thing for $10,000.
Yep.
Like, when you bought it for like two, or like 1.7K. Like, you, like, because he didn't sell all that kind of stuff. So I don't even think that, like, they would have that big of a return, just because
Right.
there's more of it.
No,
So,
I
like,
mean, I don't think
even,
the business value here is, and I don't think the business value for Gibson is like, oh, we got three of these guitars in the vault, let's just sell them and make some
yeah,
quick cash, because that's not worth the amount of money. That's not.
I don't think there was any risk really for Gibson for doing this. So I bet they were reached out to. Gibson makes things that increase in value. I think Raleigh saw that and thought, guitars do go up in value. Why
So
wouldn't these?
I think in the back of my head, I kind of thinking through like Gibson's like branding objectives here. I think I'm remembering back when Henry J said that Gibson was not a guitar brand but a lifestyle brand,
Yeah.
and that he wanted to model it kind of in the direction of like Harley, being like they're not necessarily a motorcycle brand. Harley Davidson is a lifestyle brand that just makes good
Yeah.
motorcycles. And so, coming from a branding strategy approach like that, if that's carried over, I mean, we've got a Gibson CEO right now is not like a, like a guitar player. He came from Levi's. I mean,
Right. Which is a
he's a
lifestyle brand.
is a lifestyle brand, and I'm wondering if this isn't just continuation of just trying to reinforce Gibson as a lifestyle brand. And to that end, that would actually make a whole lot of sense for this as a move.
Yeah.
Someone's getting tickled in the other room. Holy cow, that was loud. uh,
No,
yeah,
I
I
mean,
mean,
yeah.
from a lifestyle branding perspective, I guess that's the only objective in my head where this makes sense
Yeah.
from a corporate strategy approach.
Mhm.
So like, I guess I get it, but I don't know.
Ah, you know,
Maybe this is. I mean, I'm sure. The more I think about this, the more I'm realizing this is such a drop in the bucket in terms of how much money's involved for Gibson as a brand. That this is probably just a sure, why not? This
yeah, and
pushes us that direction.
it's a bigger deal for Rally.
Yes.
Yeah, and obviously it worked. The first one sold out. Like, I've already closed the tab, so I don't remember when
It's like
the.
$120,000 in total for the first one, I think.
No, I'm like, so September. Oh, September 1st. So I mean, obviously we kind of missed the mark on when that uh went out. No, let's see. When
Right. I
did
mean,
that?
yeah. So September 1st is like when the press release hit. Uh, and then like Guitar World and stuff, they didn't start picking up till about this week, which is when I took note of it. And
$65,000. That was the amount of money.
okay, I mean that's
Yeah, a lot.
not a ton of money, but for a
I mean, that's
replica
more.
guitar, that's more than yeah.
Yeah, that's kind of a lot of money, So I mean, of the guitars that they have, I mean, the Adam Jones one is asking for $95,000. The Tommy, I'm sorry. Oh my god, I keep calling him Tommy. Tony's Monkey is 65K. Carlos Santana Gibson was 75K, and an EVH concert played is at 59.3 right now, and that's 4% lower than well, I guess what their IPO was. So
Are they calling it an IPO?
uh
Or are they just straight up barring that terminology? Or
dude, what, I don't remember. The initial, like, the initial bid or whatever.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
Uh the offer, they are using the word offering. Yeah, they're using the word offering. Um, the original looking at this Alex Jones one, the original prototype is showing 209 $12,000. They're showing that October 1st, 2016, one sold for $40,000, and they're showing that a stage BB King stage played prototype sold at Julian's for $35,000. So they're showing, like, why are they playing? I don't understand. They're showing these previous selling prices leads that does not make sense as far as the price, but they're showing the asset value has increased 191% since the first one went on sale over the course of 3 transactions. That was what was confusing me when I was looking at the sales. So the Tony Monkey originally sold in '09 for 12. The most recent one sold at Julian's for 35. So that's 191 up. These are the same numbers. What the? These don't make any sense.
Yeah, I'm not entirely sold on the numbers perspective of it. I'm not going to be putting any of my money into it personally, but I think I'd be better off dropping money into crypto, which I'm not even in right now.
Don't do that, dude, right now. No. All right. Well, yeah, that's all I got to say about this. I don't want to
Well,
talk about
I'm
it.
confused as ever, but maybe at the end of the day, the fact that we're talking about this
St-
is the win for them.
Stock
Uh,
bros are gonna be like our stock trading listeners are gonna be like, "You're stupid. You're so stupid.
Stonks,
Stupid.
stonks.
Stupid podcasters." Well,
Maybe we should sell shares of my Orange Jennings for $5 a pop, and
still sell shares.
I can't even joke about that. No, I can't imagine
We
that thing's
basically
mine.
sell we basically sell shares of this podcast on patreon.com/get
Oh
offset.
yeah.
Invest $5. Get offset podcast.com/merch. And thanks for listening.
Thanks for watching.
Thanks for understanding. Until next time, my name is Emily.
And my name is Andrew.
Goodbye.
Bye.